Hi everybody, my name is Julie Briggs and I'm Coach Julie Loves to Get Fit, and I am talking about the 21-day fixed color containers. People ask me how I started, and this is how I did it, what I did when I started. When I purchased the 21-day fix, it comes with this nutrition book, and this is a guide, so you don't have to be perfect, so don't freak out. Basically in here, it basically gives you some information of the introduction of how the 21-day fix works. How it works, it tells you how you get started with the 21-day fix. And this is how you calculate the levels of your calories that you're going to eat every day. And it basically is very explanatory. It tells you what to eat. And you also have to have some type of workout in your life, which is 30 minutes out of your day. Whichever workout you do, you can use these color containers for your food prep, and you can use it with any workout, and it works great. It talks about, it gives you like the different seasonings that you can use. I use my own. I use usually garlic powder, salt, pepper. I use the sea salt, the garlic pepper, the garlic powder, and the pepper, the grounded pepper. And if I need to use fresh garlic, I use the garlic cloves. It gives you, you like the substitution if you want to have wine or coconut milk. It gives you some little cheat sheets of how to make some of the Shakeology granola bars. It talks about hydration. You need to drink plenty of water throughout the day. So you can add, instead of buying those sparkling waters that are really not good for you, you can make your own water, fresh water with fruit. So you can put any type of fruit in here: lime, lemon, strawberries, cucumbers. Here it talks about you can do that. Water equals to nothing. You can add fresh herbs to, you can do basil. I add I add mint leaves with grated ginger and lemon. I cut some lemons, put some water. I put mint in it, and I put some ginger, and I put it in the refrigerator in a pitcher with some ice, and I do a fusion, and I drink that every day, a cup of that every day, like a cup like this. I drink that every day, and it gives me the fresh nutrition, vitamins, and it's good for you because it's water. It also talks about tea and coffee. About people that drink coffee, you can, substitute the creams, what sugars you shouldn't be drinking or taking in. The next page is talked about calorie charts. This is how the calories of everybody, when you weigh yourself and you figure out your calorie intake, this is the columns that you have to do. For me, I use the 1799, which is the second column, and I have 4 greens, 3 purple, 4 red, 3 yellows, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 4 of the teaspoons. So for me, how I started was I would write down what I was going to use or cook for the day, and then once I had a notebook just dedicated for my food, I started writing out what I needed of how many greens. That means throughout the day. It means breakfast, snack, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes I couldn't eat all of the greens. By experience, I started adding like spinach inside my Shakeology shakes with water, and I added 1 teaspoon. Sometimes I added some peanut butter, but not always. Mostly is like fresh fruit, so it's 1 vanilla Shakeology scoop, ice, 1 purple of the watermelon, and half of green for veggies. So I would mix it up in the blender, and I would have my Shakeology with water and a little bit of water, watermelon, and some spinach, and that's how I would eat the spinach, extra spinach, because I really don't eat much of the greens, so that's how I mix my greens with my Shakeology. Or I can have just no Shakeology and make yourself a smoothie. You can have some green berries. You can make your own green berry shake. You can use any of your green veggies, your favorites, and measure out 1 to 2 fruits, and you mix it up. When you put ice in it, a little bit of water just to get it liquidy, and you make yourself a shake. You can add milk, or you can use coconut water. You can use almond milk, coconut milk. Just remember that once you drink milk, it's carbs, or coconut milk is carbs. So so if you have a Shakeology powder, is 1 red, which is the protein, and then whatever milk you use, it counts to 1 yellow. So you basically have to measure, make sure you're eating properly and measuring what you're supposed to eat. And it gives you like a bunch of the greens here, pretty much just a guide. You know, the fruit, the purple. That's how I started. And when you first start, you're going to see there's going to be a lot of food, and you're not going to be able to eat all of it. So sometimes when I first started, like the first 2 weeks is very frustrating to get used to it and get this whole food crammed up in one day. So if you get to the point where you don't eat enough of your greens and enough of your fruit, just keep going until you get better at it. As the days go by, you'll get better. After 30 days, you should be eating your proper dosage of your Shakeology guideline of your chart. And the orange is for any salad dressings. You're only allowed to have 1 of these and 1 of the blues. I use the blue pretty much on cheese. Like if we have tacos, you can have 1 of these full of cheese, and 1 of these I use basically just for salad dressing, so I'm gonna have salad. If I'm gonna have tacos and I don't eat cheese, then I'll use this for avocado. So you can, as you do this, you'll get better at it. I am not a pro, but over the years, all I do is measure my food, and I use this throughout my meals, and I have 2 sets, so you can pretty much do anything. And it basically gives you like some menus, how to start, some little treats. They talk about making your own vinaigrette. I like balsamic vinegar, so I try to keep it easy. And you can have beans. You can have beans and lentils. It's not a diet, people. It's the way of you change. I eat a lot of quinoa, which is good. I eat brown rice. Substitute the rice. The white rice is bad for you. It turns into starch. It's not healthy. It turns out to sugar, and for people that are diabetic, it's not good. We recommend you to have yellow. You can have brown rice, quinoa. You can have couscous. They have it in wheat. Whatever you think you can have, you can. There's also a sheet of all-purpose seasonings. You can make your own. I use just the regular basics. You can use the teaspoons for peanut butter. You can use chocolate morsels. It just gives you a guide. I cook all my food with olive oil. So my teaspoons are 4. So I have 1 peanut butter and 3 remaining. So I use this to cook with. I add this on my rice. I'm Cuban and I'm Spanish, so we usually have white rice with beans. So I pretty much cook with brown rice, or quinoa with brown rice, and I add a little bit of olive oil to soften it up. And then when I cook my meals, I add a little bit of the remaining of the olive oil, and I cook with that. When I just change it around, and it gets better as I go. So that's how I measure my 21-day fix meals, through the colors of the containers. And it's not very hard. You basically have to read the book and take it one day at a time, and you'll see a difference of how you start. Don't panic if you don't see a difference within a month. Just keep at it and be consistent, and you'll see the difference. So that is how I use the 21-day fix throughout my journey, and I use this still to this day. Every day I use these for my cooking and prepping my food prep. So I'll be doing food prep in the next segment, so I will see you guys later. Thank you very much for joining me at Coach Julie Loves to Get Fit. Have a great day, people.